Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood reviewer with InToit Reviews, and welcome back to the neighborhood. This is going to be a video about my top 5 headphones at or under $500. I get asked this question all the time, so I figured I'd give you guys my take on the topic. So let's get into it. So drum roll please. My top 5 headphones under $500 are as follows. Let's start things off with a no-brainer recommendation, and that is the Koss 95X. I've already covered this headphone in an in-depth review that I'll place in the description below. Which brings me to another point. Some of the headphones in this review I have not covered yet in full-length reviews on the channel, but I will. So when I give these little gems their full reviews, I'll try to remember to come back to this video and leave those links in the description as well. In the meantime, check out my other reviews, subscribe, and click that notification bell for more reviews from me in the future. With that out of the way, what I'll say about the 95X is that it is one of the most affordable electrostats to my knowledge. And at the same time, it's also one of the best in my opinion. It is definitely one of my personal favorites. It may not be as refined or as smooth sounding as higher end models such as those by Stax, but it is lively, engaging, and extremely detailed. Out of the Lambda style configuration electrostats in current production, which are the ones with the sort of long, large rectangular ear cups that the 95X has, the 95X is honestly among my top 3 recs for that style of electrostatic, with the Stax L300 Limited and L700 rounding out that group. The 95X is usually $500 MSRP, and I know I'm cheating a bit given that, but it has gone on sale more than once for as low as $400. Also, did I mention it comes with an Energizer to get you started in the electrostatic game? This is the one headphone in my collection that I go to show visitors what headphones can do. And needless to say, it always impresses. Next up on the list is the Emu Teak. Like I did, you can get the wired variant for $400, or the wired variant with bamboo cups instead for $350. At this point, I'm going to have to recommend the teak cups for this headphone, as most people do and have done in the past. However, I am currently in the process of evaluating the bamboo cup version, as the folks over at Emu have generously sent to me a set of bamboo cups to review as well. So look out for a review of the bamboo cup version in the future from future me. In any case, I'm going to put the cart before the horse and say that the Teaks are the best variant of this particular style of Foster or Fostex headphones. The legendary Tile agreed with me, and I'll place a link to both his written review and my review in the description below to hold you over until my bamboo cup version comes out. Next is the Sennheiser HD58X Jubilee, and I stress this with the Hi-Fi Heaven mod, not without it. Again, I'll be making a video about this set in the future, but this mod is super easy, barely an inconvenience, and anybody can do it. In short, what you do is remove the external foam from the outside of the driver and replace it with a piece of nickel-sized felt. What you are left with in the end is something that sounds closer to the 660's frequency response. With this modification, it is neutral, detailed, accurate, and very well extended at both ends. I also could have easily gone with the Sennheiser HD6XX or the new kid on the block, the HD560S. I won't say too much about the 560S yet, other than in the context of the HD6XX and the HD58X, I don't believe any one of these headphones is really better than the other. Instead, these three Sennheisers seem to trade blows with one another, with each excelling in specific areas versus the other. The 560S offers a slight better detail, stage, and treble extension, but this comes at the cost of listenability, some dynamics, scalability, and timbre accuracy. My unit is ultimately still in the burn-in process, so this all could change, but as of right now they need to be rescued by the right tube in the right amp. So based on these initial findings and impressions, my preference is still for the presentation of the 58X overall. What the HD6XX has over the 58X is that it sounds better than the Jubilee right out of the box. The 6XX also has greater separation and sparkle compared to the 58X, but the 58X has greater treble extension, bass extension, and is more neutral to my ear. That is, if you do the Hi-Fi Heaven mod to them. I also did not include the 6XX on my list because it is too similar to the next headphone up, which is the Beyerdynamic DT177X Go. That's right, the Beyerdynamic DT177X Go. I've already said it, and I'll say it again, this is my favorite Beyer, at least at the date of this video, and I will stress that I've heard most of Beyer's lineup outside a few of their newer offerings. For those that do not understand, I want to emphasize that the 177X Go is not the DT1770. Instead, the DT177X Go is a bit of a chameleon, and the sound it produces is very amp and pad dependent. But with the Kone Hi-Fi Men angled fenestrated sheepskin pads, these essentially sound like a better, more detailed closed-backed 6XX. At number 5, we have the Hi-Fi Men HE4XX, which is going to round out my top 5 list. Although the build quality can be suspect, I actually prefer both the 4XX headband and its mostly metal construction to most of Hi-Fi Men's other offerings. I recommend investing into Kone sheepskin pads both for durability and to quell the highs a bit. I'd also take the extra money that you save from buying this set instead of higher-end Hi-Fi Men's and put it towards investing in the super cheap Bravo Ocean, as this is a special pairing for this set. The Sundara also has pretty great treble, and there seems to be a cult following for the HE5SE. But for the price and overall presentation, as of right now, I'm sticking with the 4XX based on what I've heard to date. Nevertheless, I also have the Deva in for review, and hopefully an HE400i 2020 is on the way. But before I go, I also wanted to add an honorable mention in for the Argons. Argons are going to be the last recommendation, and they're an honorable mention for a reason, and that reason is that you can't really buy them right now. Unfortunately, it appears that Modhouse has put a temporary halt to accepting orders. But honestly, this isn't really a huge problem from my perspective, as instead of the current Mark III varieties, I'm actually going to recommend the Mark II variant instead. That is, if you can still find one used. If production resumes at Modhouse, you might also be able to track down a set of the old MK2 T50RPs or an original Fostex TX0 from drop to convert them to Mark II Argons as well. I'm not going to say that the other variants are bad, because they're not, but they are not nearly as refined for music as the MK2s are. In order of recommendations, I would rank the MK2 with lambskin pads first, followed by the T60RP with suede pads, and then the Mark III version with protein pads. With specific regard to the Mark III variants, I would consider those as more or less fun headphones, and recommend them primarily for movie watching or non-competitive gaming. In fact, I might consider the Mark III T50RP to be the best variant for movies. So it depends on what you're after from these headphones, I guess. No matter which variety you select, definitely get them balanced by Modhouse if you can. But I'm going to recommend that you go with Heart Audio Cable's balance cable instead of the Periapt cable that Modhouse offers. Again, all links will be provided in the description below. And as this video comes to a close, thanks for making it to the end of what has turned out to be a longer video than I expected to make, but hopefully the information has been helpful, invaluable, and informative to you. And just a reminder folks, I'll be giving away a set of COS KSC 75s at the 1K subscriber mark, so make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and consider becoming a Patreon for only $1.50 a month. And with that, I'm out for now.